wrapping up those warm-ups. And then our beginner heat number 2. You guys can also start making your way over to the warm-up area. That's our beginner heat number 2. Just a reminder, we are kicking off 8 a.m. for heat number 1. What number 1? Hardloop.
Jason, what is the story behind why it is named Hardloop?
Well, you're going to be running hard, boy, that's why.
Imagine getting off of that bike, going all out, and going for a 200-meter sprint.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of jelly legs before, so I'm quite interested to see what happens out there.
This was the statement workout with Ruan when we posted that picture where he was on his hands and knees sweating it out after a full-out sprint, last on the bike.
Yeah, well, that's because he's unfit.
Look, not the second fittest man in Africa for nothing.
Ah, he's unfit, guys. Now I'm kidding, Ron is one of the fittest guys.
I love testing the workout, so he's the demo model.
Good job, good to have Ruan here, of course, testing the workout, so we know that it's tough when he's on all fours.
Right, so 12 minutes to the first heat. Judges to the center of the arena, judges to the center of the arena, please. Judges, center of the arena, judges.
Don't forget, if you're missing your keys in a little black bag, barrier eyewear bag, a barrier eyewear bag. You can come to the streaming tent. We are on the grandstand. I do have your keys here and your remotes. 10 minutes left, and then we're gonna get started. 10 minutes. So our beginner heat number 1, you guys can wrap up and start making your way to the Biogen start sheet. That is beginner heat number 1. Start wrapping up those warm-ups. Make your way over to the start sheet.
I don't know if it's because it's live. We don't have to put on charge and then
And we are live here finally for Squad Games 2023. We're going to have our beginner heats up next, and it's going to be a banger of an event. A little bit of a little added element are the bikes. So guys are going to be doing a whole bunch of work here, and then max calories on the bike at the end of the workout as a second scoring opportunity. And in lane number 1, we have the kettlebell swingers. Lane number 2, CrossFit now, cry later. Lane number 3, beer we come. Lane number 4, the hottie and the noddies. Lane number 5, foot fossils. Lane number 6, all chalk, no action. Lane 7, inferno scaled. Lane 8, Drie Pukavena. And lane number 9, very late. And then lane 10, Tiger Valley RDX.
7 minutes to heat 1. Heat 1 athletes to the start shoot. Heat 1 athletes to the start shoot. Jason Viking.
Alright, I need all my beginners at the start shoot, please. That's heat number 1. Make your way over to the start shoot. Beginner heat number 1, make your way over to the start shoot. And then heat footboards, all judges, show your footboards. Lane 10, judges. Lane 10. Athletes, stand by in 5, 4.
All right, spectators, let's give them a big round of applause.
And we are live here at Squad Games beginner heat number 1. They are underway right now. You can see one athlete will be on the bike the whole entire time. It is max calories, so they're going to be working exceptionally hard there. First up, they have kettlebells.
Lane 1 going in with a good strategy.
They will have 25 kettlebell swings. See the athletes on the bike here working hard. I do believe they can put the dampers on anything they want.
Lane 7 first to their bar.
On your screens now, they are got the shoulder to overhead now, 25 shoulders to overhead. That's lane number 5. That's Foot Fossils, your current leaders on your screen right now.
Who will be out first on their run? Lane 2. Followed by lane 6.
And there we go, we got some runners out there. It's going to be Foot Fossils. They're moving on to their 200-meter run.
Lane 4 on their way out.
And off they go. Lane number 4, the hottie and the noddies.
First athletes on their bike, strategizing those legs.
Beginner heat number 2, make your way over to the warm-up area. Beginner heat number 2, make your way over to the warm-up area. And then beginner heat number 3. Make sure you guys are getting yourselves ready. That's beginner heat number 3. Make yourselves ready.
Lane 2, first runners back, going into their second round.
And our guys here, the Fit Fossils, back onto their bike, moving into their second round.
Followed by lane 5. Lane 7 makes their way in.
Remember, there's 3 rounds here for these athletes to complete. Athlete 1 and 2.
Lane 2 hold their pace.
Then athlete 1 and 3, and then athlete 2 and 3. And that will be round number 3 done and dusted. So remember, they have kettlebell swings. After that, they are going to do shoulder to overhead. One athlete will stay on the bike for the entire time to get max calories. And then they got another 200. I feel sorry for the athlete that needs to come off that bike and then head into the run. It's quite a brutal one. They got 15 minutes to complete this workout. And there's 11 minutes, 15 seconds left for these athletes. See these athletes, some shoulder to overhead as well as the kettlebells on your screen at the moment. And then you can see all the athletes on the bikes working hard, trying to get those calories.
So no reps being given, make sure of those lockouts.
Judges being really strict here. You can hear the MC there also mentioning some no reps being called out by these athletes. On your screens there, lane number 10. And that is Tiger Valley RDX.
Lane 5 catching up strong.
Busy with their kettlebells at the moment. Quick glimpse of my face there on your screen.
Lane 2, lane 5 out at the same time on their second run.
There you can see it's getting a little bit of overcast vibes here at the moment, but luckily it doesn't look like any rain. And we hope that we don't get anything like that of last year where it rained continuously and it was exceptionally cold here. A couple of these athletes already on their round 2 and coming in to their round number 3.
Hey, hey. Lane 4 heading out on their run.
Just under 10 minutes for these athletes, under 10 minutes left. Beginner heat number 2. You guys can start wrapping up those warm-ups. Make your way over to the start chute. That is beginner heat number 2.
Lane 2 just in front of lane 5 on their run. Going into their last rounds. Judges, remember those tie breaks.
And those Fit Fossils look like they are dominating right now.
Head to head to take the heat 1. Who's going at it?
Some great shots here. See these athletes on those shoulder to overheads there. That is lane number 1. And the kettlebell swingers. So you know they're going to do some great work there on the kettlebells, that's for sure.
Jason, heat 2. Already have called heat number 2. Heat number 2, you guys should be at the start sheet. Heat number 2.
And on your screen there, Jacaranda FM DJ Roz having the biggest smile on her face. Don't know why you're smiling, Roz. You should be working.
I see some strict pressers over there.
Alright, don't forget, beginner heat number 2. Make your way over to the start sheet. Beginner heat number 2, and then beginner heat number 3.
Lane 1 going out for their second run.
You guys can make your way over to the warm-up area. Beginner heat number 3, make your way over to the warm-up area.
7 minutes 30 seconds. And plenty time for these athletes to get those max calories. See some of these athletes just now getting onto their third round. While Fit Fossils are heading out. They're looking to get the heat win here in heat number 1. Next up, of course, we have our beginner heat number 2.
7 minutes left for these athletes. 7 minutes. Heat number 2, please make sure you are at the start chute. Beginner heat number 2. Make sure you are at the start chute.
Lane 5 heading off on their final run.
Yeah, you see these athletes coming in now after round number 3 or round number 2. That is the kettlebell swingers. Right, the Fit Fossils. And CrossFit now, Cry Later, lane number 2. Looks like they got the fastest split time there. Still waiting for Fit Fossils to come in. Fit Fossils out there in lane number 5.
Finish their third round. Now 3 of them can share that bike to max out those calories.
Right, max calories now left over. So remaining time for these athletes. They are going to work exceptionally hard on this bike to get those calories. So if you've just tuned in, I'm going to explain the workout to you quickly. It's a 15-minute time cap, 2 scoring opportunities. Part A is max calories on the bike, and then Part B is time completed. Athlete 1 and 2 will do 25 kettlebell swings, 25 shoulder to overhead, and then 200-meter run. Then athlete 1 and 3 will repeat the same process, and then athlete 2 and 3 will repeat the same process. Once they back in, it is the remaining time, max calories on that bike. That's that Part A scoring opportunity for all these athletes.
Beginning heat number 2, make sure you're at the start chute. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Great work. We've got 3 lanes that have completed their rounds, and now to max out those calories for that scorecard.
See on your screens now.
Let's give lane 4 a cheer as they exit the arena for their final run.
Lane number 5 as well as lane number 6 in front of you now. Lane 5, Fit Fossils, and lane 6, all chalk, no action. Lane 5, they're already done, so all 3 athletes are there. While lane number 6, all chalk, no action, they're still waiting to complete their third round. They're on their final set of shoulders to overhead. Time winding down for these athletes.
Lane 6 heading out on their final
They're going to have to start digging deep here with 4 minutes 10 seconds left.
Let's give them a chance and make their way around the benders.
Beginner heat number 2, you should all be at the start chute. Beginner heat number 2, all at the start chute. Beginner heat number 3, you guys should all be in the warm-up area. That is beginner heat number 3, all in the warm-up area.
Lane 1, the NCC crew. Come on, guys, let's go.
Couple of athletes coming back in here now. You can see them there on your screen, just coming back from the run. Looks like they've just completed their round 3.
Lane 4 has completed their final run.
That's the hottie and the noddies.
Now they share out those calories, burning out those legs. Come on, lane 3.
And the hotties and the noddies there on your screens right now. You can see they are tired, banged up from this workout. Max calories with the remaining time now. 3 minutes 12 seconds left on the clock here for all these athletes. And don't forget, if you haven't followed us just yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button there on YouTube. And let us know, how is the stream going? What would you like to see? Drop us a few comments in the comment section, and then we'll get back to you. Always looking to improve the streams wherever we can.
Come on, spectators, let's get behind lane number 8. Let's get behind them. Come on, let's cheer them home. Come on.
And here comes all the athletes now. Looks like everyone wrapping up wrapping up wrapping up round number 3. The kettlebell swingers from Northcliffe CrossFit still out there,
Do the work, lane 1, come on.
but they're definitely on their third round.
Let's get them home, come on, let's get them to complete their round, let's go.
Let's hope that we get them to finish here with only 2 minutes left on the clock.
2 minutes, athletes, 2 minutes left. You gotta work hard now. Let's go.
Unbelievable, seeing the determination in lane 1. Roz cheering on her partner. You go, girl.
Roz having the best time there. Our Jacaranda DJ.
Lane 4 maxing out those calories off the saddle.
Temperature here just a little bit chilly. It's not the warmest of weather, but I do think it's going to be a hot day here. So I feel sorry for those intermediates and RX guys a little bit later for this workout. And here comes another lane here, wrapping up their run, it looks like. Lane 8, and that is Dripa Kavena.
Leading the calories, working
They're from
hard.
PFL.
Come on, guys, let's get lane 1 home. Let's get lane 1 home. Around the bike, around the bike.
All right, athletes. It looks like they're going to get 1 minute left for this. Here comes Roz now. They finished their round 3 here. Or sorry, they're heading out for their round 3 now, as you see them on your screens right now.
1 minute left for these athletes. 1 minute.
Come on, guys, let's get lane 1 home. They're on their final run. 1 minute to go. Let's get them to complete that rep. Come on.
And now these athletes need to dig deep. It's coming up to those final 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Feel that burn. This is mind over matter. Come on.
20 seconds.
Come on, spectators. 20 seconds to go as they make their way around the bend. Let's welcome them home. Come on. Will they complete their round?
And Roz and them coming in now.
Yes, and they did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, let's give them a round of applause.
Alright, those beginner heats number 2, you should all be at the start shoot. Beginner heat number 3, you guys can start wrapping up those warm-ups. Beginner heat number 3, start wrapping up those warm-ups.
And there you have it. That was heat number 1 done and dusted. It's going to be an exciting day here for all the beginners. You can see it's a competitive field.
Exit the arena, athletes.
Next up, we have heat number 2 for our beginners.
Heat 1, please exit the arena. Heat 1. All right, Heat 2, make your way in. Let's give them a round of applause as they enter the arena. Come on, Heat 2.
Alright. Let's give them a big whoop whoop. Alright, let's do one more time. Repeat after me. Let's give them a big whoop whoop. Don't worry, I'll get you all out of those shy shells. Let's see everyone's so shy. One homie's doing it.
All right, athletes, please check your bikes. Set your bikes.
Alright, judges, make sure that you set all your athletes up as quick as possible, please. We want to stay on time. 1 minute, athletes. 1 minute.
Marshals on standby. Marshals. Athletes to starting blocks. Athletes to your starting blocks.
Alright, judges, stand by.
Judges, reminder for the tie break time. Judges, please. Tie break time, reminder. All athletes, look to your right-hand side and wave at your marshals. Marshals, let's wave to the athletes. Show them which direction to go. Marshals.
Judges. Right, judges, stand by. Athletes, stand by in 5, 4.
All right, spectators, let's welcome them onto the floor.
All right, all these athletes underway here. Don't forget to make your way over to the Biogen tent. Grab yourself all the refreshments and replenishments that you need. That's Biogen. For the results you want, be your best.
And we back here live on ItsHappening.Africa, the stream proudly presented by ItsHappening.Africa. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit those notification bells so that you know when we are live for all the heats. Currently on your screens, we have our beginner heat number 2, and by going by that last heat, it's going to be a tight competition for all these athletes in the beginner division. Love to see the competition here at Squad Games Trios 2023. On your screens now, they're busy with their shoulders to overhead. Remember, if you are a beginner, you're doing kettlebell swings. Once you've done your 25 kettlebell swings, you head on over to your shoulder to overhead, and then that 200-meter run. But now, here's the best part about it. On that bike, you're going to be doing max calories on the bike, so those legs are going to be jelly for that run if you are number 1, if you are athlete 1 and you are starting on the bike. It is rough, it is brutal, and a couple of these guys now are out there on their run now, so this looks like it's going to be a nice close heat here in heat number 2.
Here we go. Beginner heat number 3. Beginner heat number 3. Wrap up those warm-ups. Beginner heat number 3. Wrap up the warm-ups. Make your way over to the start sheet. Beginner heat number 3.
Round 1, just about complete. So we welcome lane 6, lane 5. They're back on their first round.
And yeah, come all the athletes, their first 200-meter done and dusted. Remember, they got 3 rounds. That's round 1 completed. They're going to move into those round 2 of kettlebells. Then they're going to all these athletes streaming in now. Decent little 200, yeah, but remember, I do believe it was I think it was CrossFit Now, Cry Later. They walked away with the win there in terms of the split time for Part B, which was time to complete the 3 rounds. Our cameraman getting blown away here by the sound. Our producer just loving the music here. See his inner gangster coming out over here. Beautiful shot here by our follow cam.
Lane 6, first one on there, shoulder to overheads.
Lane 10 on your screens there, and that is Last Word to Heaven. I love that name. I was told yesterday that I'm going to have a field day with all these names. Moving over to lane number 9, Deadlift Dynamos. They're on your screens there. Doing a great job there with the kettlebells. They are one of the leaders. There are a bunch of guys here leading at the moment. But remember, you cannot go out hot with this workout. We've seen it before, and teams drop off.
Make sure of those synchronized lockouts.
Lots of no reps here. They have to get the synchronized part of the movements right. So on the kettlebells as well as the shoulder to overhead, they're looking for that that synchronizing at the top. And a lot of these athletes have been struggling and getting no reps here.
Very tactical movement. Lane 6, first one out on their second round position of their run.
Lane number 6, MHC Beards and Booty. Of course, they are out there leading the way.
5, sharing it out, facing down lane 6.
Beginner heat number 3. Make sure that you are at the start shoot. Beginner heat number 3. And then, of course, intermediates.
If you ain't getting money, what's your occupation? Check my DNA, the A.
You guys will be off the heat number 4. About 10 past 9, that's our intermediate heat 1. Beginner heat number 4. You guys can start making your way over to the start shoot. Beginner heat number 4. Make your way over to the start shoot. Sorry, not the start shoot, the warm-up area. Let me not get ahead of myself here. Beginner heat number 4 to the warm-up area.
Lane 3, make your way back, lane 3. Around the bike, lane 3.
Plenty time here for these athletes. They have 15 minutes to get this work done. Our clock is just a few seconds ahead, late. So we will let you know when they hit that 5-minute mark. 5 minutes left, should I say. On your screens here, we have a couple of the guys on round number 2. Our leaders, lane number 6, MHC Beards and Booty. And what they're doing really well is that they're sinking at the top. They're not getting no rep. While we look at the other teams, been a few no reps, which is costing them. And that's why they're falling behind at the moment.
So we are 7 minutes in, 7 minutes in.
7 minutes just gone by.
Remember that leads. The rep is complete as you get to the bike. Lane 2 passing it out, let's go. Well done, lane 3, around the bike on the left hand side. Well done.
.40 on the clock now. That's how much time has gone by. 7 minutes 40 seconds. Remember, they have 15 minutes to get this work done.
Judges, please remember tie breaks. Judges will tie breaks.
Heat number 3. Beginner heat number 3. Make your way to the start shoot. Beginner heat number 3. Make your way to the start shoot. Beginner heat number 4. You should all be making your way to the warm-up area. Beginner heat number 4 to the warm-up area.
Heat 3, make your way to the start shoot. Begin heat 3.
On your screens there, lane number 5. That is Bermuda Triangle. Looks like PFL have a couple of teams here. That's CrossFit PFL. But that's what I'm doing. They're clearly not listening.
Beginners, heat number 3, please make your way over to the start chute. Remember, if you do not come into the arena on time, you will forfeit points. We do not call you to come back. So beginners, make your way to the start chute. Beginner heat number 3 to the start chute. Beginner heat number 4, make your way to the arena. Beginner heat number 4 to the arena.
Lane 1 heading out. Nathan and Jade, let's go, boys. Lane 1 off the saddle, pumping up those calories.
Lane 1, I'm third wheeling, CrossFit Kempton. They headed out for, looks like their final round, I think.
Lane 6 back from the final round.
There we see a couple of these athletes.
Time to share out those calories.
Lane number 2 on your screens there. What now, wine later. Busy with their shoulders to overhead.
So lane 6 was knocked out there. Lane 1 back.
4.5 minutes left, 4.5 minutes left.
Lane 6 and lane 1 are fighting it out for those top calories now.
Beginner heat number 3, please make sure you are at the start chute. Beginner heat number 3, make your way to the start chute, please. Basically, when we tell you to go there, then go there. That's beginner heat number 3, make sure you are at the start chute.
And great work here by all the athletes. As we see lane 10 comes in there now. That is Lost Wad to Heaven. Your current leaders is between lane 6 and lane 1. That's MHT Beards and Booty. And I'm third wheeling from CrossFit Kempton.
So we are welcoming most of those runners home to complete their final round. Athletes, make sure you touch those bikes in your final round. Come on. Three minutes to go, athletes.
And these athletes with just 3 minutes to rack up those calories and try to finish their third round.
An absolute amazing push from lane 3. Well done, guys.
Beginner athletes, make sure you are at the start chute. Beginner heat number 3, beginner heat number 4 in the warm-up area, beginner heat number 4 in the warm-up area.
And you can see these athletes here on the bikes now, trying to bang out as many calories as they can for scoring opportunity part A in this workout. Remember, part B is all 3 rounds for time. Two minutes for these athletes. 2 more minutes left.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
See a lot of these athletes starting to struggle now. That run and that bike takes a lot out of the legs. And time slowly starting to dwindle out here for these teams. A lot of these teams on their final calories or working for those max calories.
90 seconds to go.
Coming up to that final 1 minute.
1 minute left for these athletes. 1 minute.
That final push of the legs. Lane 4, you have 1 minute. 1 minute to get that work. Don't make it away. Sprint it out.
Final minute for these athletes. Athletes are starting to burn here. Love to see it.
Beginner heat 3, this is your final call. Make sure you're at the start sheet. Beginner heat 3.
See all these athletes' hands on the knees, struggling here.
30 seconds. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
And that's a wrap here. These athletes burning right now. Brutal workout. And we're gonna head on over to heat number 3. Don't go anywhere.
Alright. Athletes, you may exit by the Biogen gazebo that side. Athletes exit the arena. You may exit the arena, Biogen gazebo that side.
Heat number 4. Heat number 4. Start wrapping up your warm-ups. Heat number 4. Start wrapping up your warm-ups.
Ruan, you may see Ruan. Alright, judges, welcome your next heat to the floor.
Lift me up, lift me up. Okay, half a meal posted in the Bel Air lobby. Yeah, fucking with a star, think she's somebody. I like her wrist.
Alright, marshals, let's open that fence. Marshal, let's open the fence.
Heat number 4. Wrap up your warm-ups, please. Heat number 4. Intermediate heat number 1. Intermediate heat number 1. You guys can start making your way over to the warm-up area. Intermediate heat number 1. Don't forget, make your way over to ItsHappening.Africa. And in your catch the Squad Games Trios 2023 live stream. 1 minute, athletes, 1 minute. 1 minute. Judges stand by. Judges stand by. Judges stand by. Athletes stand by. Bravo.
Wait. Stop. Jason, Viking. Technical error. Marshals wave at your athletes. Athletes look to your right hand side where you're running. Just a battery change.
Beginning heat number 4, you guys can start making your way over to the start sheet. Beginner heat number 4.
Okay, judges stand by.
Boards, please, judges. Athletes, stand by in 5, 4. And off they go. Heat number 3. They're underway. Test. Was that better?
Much better, yeah. We're talking over the music. Let's raise the music now.
Yeah, you can up the music now. Let's go. Beginner heat number 4. Beginner heat number 4. Make sure that you are wrapping up those warm-ups and make your way to the start shoot, please. Beginner heat number 4.
Lane 8 first to the shoulder to overhead. Lane 8. Shortly followed by lane 3 and 4. Battling it out. Lane 2 following. Lane 7 making their way through. Lane 1 making their way through. And lane 10 back on that bar. Reminder to the athletes, the dike must be on your left-hand side. Lane 8, first out on the run. Lane 8, shortly followed by lane 3. Lane 4, hunting them down.
When I go in the arena, make the ground shake, make the ground scream. Be feeling no God better than me. Bring the fire when I fly to the melody. Blow fire, we begin on. Keep on again, we are winner. Come on, bring no arena.
Lane 1 making their way on their run. Hunting down lane 9. Can they do it? Lane 6 shortly after.
When I come in the
Beginner heat number 4. Make sure you're wrapping up those warm-ups. Beginner heat number 4.
Lane 3 is back. Lane 3 and lane 8 going head to head. Lane 2 chasing down now. A lot of athlete shirts being worn. A big shout out to Steel Monkey. Lane 1 back from their first round. Lane 8 and 3 head to head on those reps, followed by lane 1.
No masterpiece. 10 bad bitches and they after me. One bad bitch look like a masterpiece. Looking for a dog like an athlete. Beat drip, what you call it?
Lane 7 on their way out.
You got the cab, can't afford it. You got the bad, but can't afford it. Even the beat, I ride it like a jet ski. Some of the bad bitches, they harassing me.
And we are 4 minutes in.
Our beginner heat number 4. Beginner heat number 4. You need to start wrapping up those warm-ups. Make your way to the start sheet, please, so that we can brief you. That is our beginner heat number 4.
Lane 3 has taken their lead.
Make your way to the start sheet. Beginner heat number 4. You guys should start making your way to that start sheet, please. Intermediate heat number 1. make your way over to the warm-up area. Intermediate heat 1, make your way over to the warm-up area.
Jason, Masters is after beginners. Masters.
Apologies, Masters. I've got it wrong on my screen here. That's my apologies. So Masters, you guys will be up next. So Masters heat number 1, make your way over to the warm-up area. So Masters heat number 1, you guys will be up next. Make sure that you are in the warm-up area. That's our Masters heat number 1. And then beginner heat number 4. You guys should now all be making your way to the start chute. Beginner heat number 4, all to the start chute.
We are 6 minutes in. Judges, please remember those tie breaks. Judges, remember those tie breaks. Let's make sure of those lockouts. Well done, lane 10 on their way out. Let's make sure of those sinking lane 3. Lane 1, judge, make sure of the tie break. Make sure of that tie break. Lane 6 tie break. Come back. Lane 5, around the bike on the left-hand side. Come on, boys.
Heat number 4, you should all be at the start chute. Heat number 4, all at the start chute. Masters heat 1, you guys should be in the warm-up area. Masters heat 1 in the warm-up area.
Lane 10, prepare for that tie break time. Lane 10, tie break.
Seven minutes left for these athletes. 7 minutes.
Lane 1, lane 8, and lane 10 fighting it out for that first place. Judges, as the athletes come in, remember those tie breaks. Bike on the left-hand side. Lane 3, first one back from 3 rounds. Now they fight it up for their calorie. This is where that burn is. How deep are they willing to go into their pain cave? Lane 2, going back to start their 3rd round. Lane 3 and 4 fighting it out for those calories.
Masters heat 1. Masters heat 1. You should all be in the warm-up area. Masters heat 2. Masters heat 2. You guys should getting yourselves ready and moving over to the warm-up area. That is Masters Heat number 2.
Lane 1 heading out for their final round. Fighting out for those calories now with
5 minutes remaining. You can still say it if you want. 5:50.
450.
4:50, that's correct. You see, my maths is bad sometimes.
Sometimes. Lane 8 out on their run. Man, this is going to be a solid burn on the legs for the beginners. They smashed out those 3 rounds in over 5 minutes of hard pedaling on that bike to accumulate those calories.
And then huge shout out to Rebel Fitness for getting all the rig that you have here and equipment. So huge shout out to Rebel Elite Fitness.
Come on, athletes, those on those bikes, keep up with the cadence of the music you hear in your ears. Come on. Lane 1 back from their final round. Now they share out that bike for those calories. How deep can they go into the pain cave while they represent pain cave? Lane 7 completing their 3rd round. Now they battle out for those calories. Lane 9 making their way out for their final round. Lane 2, 5, and 7 athletes. Let's push them through. Come on, let's get them to go get that round. Lane 8 completing their 3rd round. Come on guys, let's get behind lane 2. Let's get them home. Come on, let's get behind lane 2.
Heat number 4. This is your final call. Heat number 4. You should all be at the start sheet. Heat number 4. Masters 1. Heat 1. Masters heat number 1. You guys should be in that warm-up area. That's our Masters heat number 1.
All right, athletes, 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. Let's make it count, let's make it count. Come on, guys and girls, let's get behind lane 7, let's get behind them. Come on, let's complete those reps. Lane 3, far ahead of those calories. Lane 3 and 4, fighting it out. 10 calorie difference. Massive push from lane 8 as she goes. Watch her fiddle her way through.
1 minute left, athletes. 1 minute.
Lane 8 sitting in 2nd place on those calorie counts. Lane 8, 3 and 4, fighting it out for those calories. Who will take the win? A 10 calorie deficit between the 3 of them.
exciting here now. 30 seconds. And I do believe lane 3 and 4, MHC and ATG, as well as lane 8, battling it out at the moment. 20 seconds left. Come on. Let's get some cheers for these athletes.
Come on, guys. 5 calorie difference between the 3 teams. Let's go.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, athletes, well done. A big cheer for this final heat. Athletes, if we can please speed it up to exit the arena while we welcome our new heat in. Sign off those sheets and please exit the arena by the Bison Gazebo that side. All right, next heat on the floor. Next heat, you are welcome on the floor. Let's go. All right, let's cheer on this next heat. Welcome them onto the floor.
Right, Masters heat number 1. Masters heat number 1. You guys can start wrapping up your warm-ups. Masters heat number 1.
Marshals on standby, marshals on standby. Judges, let's speed it up.
Judges, let's get your athletes ready, please. Judges, stand by. Show me those boards. Judges, show me your boards. Wazzy, are we good on the floor? Any bikes?
All right, while we wait for this, is the final heat. If I can ask the intermediate and masters, the captains of your teams, once this heat is complete, please wait by the entrance tunnel. Intermediate and masters, captains of your teams, wait by the Biden tunnel of heat.
If you didn't hear that, masters and intermediate captains, make sure after this heat, you meet us here in the arena. That's the captains of the masters and intermediate teams.
Judges, stand by. Judges,
Athletes, stand by. In 5, 4. And off they go. Our final heat for what? Number 1, Hardloop. Here at Squad Games 2023. Powered by Biden. Be your best. And then don't forget, all those athlete shirts brought to you by Steel Monkey Clothing. That is Steel Monkey Clothing. Lad, Waz is just gonna take a number 2 quickly. So I'll be on the mic for a little bit. No secrets between the team here at Squad Games. We know all the business. And it looks like lane number 10 and lane number 4, your current leaders here. Lane 10, MHC Warriors. And lane number 4, No Time to Die. But here comes the rest of the field. Remember, these athletes have 3 rounds. For part B of this workout, that is a split time. Athlete 1 and 2. Then athlete 1 and 3, and then athlete 2 and 3 will be competing in those 3 rounds. And then part A, of course, is max calories on the bike. And lane 10 and lane 1 out, MHC Warriors. And Golden Oldies, they're heading out now, and here comes the rest.
And it looks like MHC Warriors, they are in lane 10. They are still your leaders at the moment. That's MHC Warriors. They're heading into round number 2. We're going to see here, it looks like lane 9, that is a Jackson, 2 Jills, moving into round number 2. Lane 1 now into round number 2. Remember, these athletes have 25 kettlebell swings, 25 shoulder to overhead, and then a 200-meter run. That is part B of this workout. They will take a split time, and from there, remaining time will be calories on the bike.
We welcome CrossFit Platinum back onto the floor on lane 3.
And on your screens here, it looks like we have lane number 1, Golden Oldies.
Let's make sure of those things.
They're in the mix at the moment. They're in that top 3 at the moment. Not too sure where they are just yet, but we'll see after this round. They're in round number 2. But big battle happening out there in lane 10 and lane number 9. They came in first and second. Again, also not 100% sure who's first or second there, but it's going to be a close battle. That's a Jax 2 Jills in lane 9 and lane 10, MHC Warriors.
Masters Heat 1, you should be in the warm-up area. And then don't forget, our captains of the Masters and Intermediates, after this heat, make your way to the arena, please. That's all our Masters and Intermediate teams. All Masters and Intermediate teams, our captains, please make your way to the arena.
Lane 1, going out to complete their second run. Lane 1.
After this heat.
Followed by lane 9. Lane 7.
See those lower backs taking a bit of strain. I did mention earlier on, with those kettlebell swings, you use a lot of your glutes and your lower back. And we just saw now, he was struggling there a little bit with his lower back, had his hand on his back. So hopefully that holds out for him.
Judges, remember those tie breaks as they make their way in on their second round.
And some nice shots here as these athletes getting it up onto their shoulders to overhead. That is lane number 6. And lane number 6 is MHC, keeping it real. Love that name. Good use of words there. Awesome stuff.
Lane 2 chasing down lane 4.
We got 10 minutes left here in this workout, and a lot of these athletes are already going into round number 2. I see a couple of athletes walking there on the run. They are not having a fun time at the moment. What these guys are looking for, especially with the run, is that they want to try to keep their heart rate down. I know it's only 200 meters, but a lot of these athletes might go out a bit too hot. And what happens is you get that lactic acid in the muscles, and that lactic acid going onto the bike is not a good thing. So I think this 200 meter is actually a trap. You actually don't want to move too fast on that 200 meter. You want to use that 200 as your recovery, while coming back into the arena, you're using that 25 kettlebell swings, 25 shoulder to overhead, and as your speed, where you're moving nice and fast in this workout. That's where you're going to make the time.
Next up, we have our Masters Heat 1.
We are 6 minutes in.
And 9 minutes remaining for the Nats.
Lane 1 making their way over to the shoulder to overheads.
If you're over 30, the song's bringing back memories.
Lane 1 maintaining a 6-rep lead.
So lane number 1 currently with a 6-rep lead over the rest of the field. That's the Golden Oldies. Golden Oldies at the moment are your leaders with 6 reps.
Masters Heat number 1. You guys can start wrapping up your warm-ups. Masters Heat number 1. Wrap up the warm-ups. Make your way over to the start sheet, please. That's our Masters.
CrossFit Platinum back into the arena. tie break. Remember your tie breaks, judges.
And here are your current leaders at the moment, the Golden Oldies.
Back into the arena.
Lane 1. Looks like they're heading out for their final round, yeah.
And lane 7 are fighting it out.
And lane number 7.
Who will complete their third round first?
Lane number 7, the Triple Trouble Trio. They are currently out there now.
Lane 9 hunting them down. Lane 6 nearly getting that no rep.
Masters Heat number 1, Masters Heat 1, make your way over to the start sheet. Masters Heat number 1, over to the start sheet. And then don't forget, our captains for the intermediates and the masters. After this heat, make sure you are at the arena. That's our captains for the intermediates and masters. 7 minutes remaining, athletes, 7 minutes.
And this heat here with 7 minutes remaining, they are on a blitzing pace at the moment. As we catch up here with lane number 3, that's Glocks with 2. Not going to say that. Some of these names are a bit iffy, but yes. You can imagine what that is. But yes, they are doing, I think they're on their, moving into their third round. That's lane number 3. Still got those 25 shoulders to overhead. And they're on your screens now. Those athletes working hard. You got to be clever with your damper settings. So usually you'll find a lot of competitions, what they'll do is they'll say you can only have your damper on 10 or damper on 8 or whatever it may be. You can't move it. Or you might have an option where you're allowed to move it once or twice. But for these guys, they can move the damper however they want. So you can be smart about this. Either you drop your damper a little bit lower, so you're going to be working a bit more aerobically, because it's a little bit faster, or you push it up to damper 10, you work hard and you work anaerobically a little bit faster, but you tick over those calories faster. You just got to see what strategy works best for these athletes. So going to be interesting to see what happens on the leaderboard a little bit later. But yeah, lane number 10 and lane 9. And there you have it. Lane number 9. He's been working exceptionally hard. That's a Jackson, 2 Jills.
As you see these athletes entering the arena, you know why this is called Hardloop.
Masters Heat 1. Masters Heat 1. All of you should make your way to the start sheet now. Masters Heat 1. Everyone, please make your way to the start sheet. 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes.
Master Toronto on their way out.
And then next up, after this heat, we're going to have our masters. It's going to be interesting to see how our bullies do in this one. And at the moment, still lane 9, lane 10, lane 1 are your current top leaders here in this heat. That's heat number 4 for the beginners.
The way they have been pushing these calories.
If you've just tuned in, welcome. You are watching a stream proudly brought to you by ItsHappening.Africa. My name is Jason Viking Friedman, and I'll be covering this Squad Games Trios 2023 for the entirety of this weekend. So make sure you tune in, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so that you know exactly when we are live. That's ItsHappening.Africa. You can see these ladies here, the MHC, working hard, moving over to lane number 4. Also working hard here on the bikes. Max calories here for their second scoring opportunity.
Masters Heat 1. Masters Heat 1. We should all be at the start sheet. Masters Heat 1.
And coming down to those final 3 minutes, you can see all these athletes, all of them, are now on to their max calories with the remaining time. A lot of souls have been burnt and taken here by Hardloop, workout number 1. Yeah, at Squad Games Trios 2023. Just finishing up round number 3 here for this team on your screen at the moment. That is lane number 3, Glocks with 2.
Lane 4 with a big lead on those calories. Lane 4 followed by lane 5 on those calories.
And these athletes still doing their best at the moment. A lot of these athletes, I think, went out a bit too hard on that 200 meter. As I mentioned before, you almost want to use that 200 as a recovery. And I feel like the Squad Games programming team did exceptionally well in terms of making sure that it's a trap for these athletes. Went out a bit too hard on the 200 meter and you're going to suffer on the bike.
Lane 9 taking those calories.
Just under 2 minutes.
It's a big fight between lane 4, 5 and 9.
Lane 9, I think, are still your current leaders at the moment. That is Jackson, 2 Jules. They're having an absolute blast just off your screen at the moment. They're cheering and waving and jumping on the bike like it's nothing.
90 seconds to go.
Masters heat 1, make sure you're at the start sheet. And then don't forget our captains, intermediates, and Masters captains. Please make sure that you are at the arena after this heat. This heat with 1 minute 5 seconds remaining, so make sure that you are making your way over. That's our intermediate captains as well as Masters captains. Make your way over to the arena. 1 minute, 1 minute athletes, let's start working on those bikes, come on. Let's give these guys some cheers, let's cheer them on as they work through this final 45 seconds.
40 seconds left, yeah. And all these athletes now need to do a quick changeover. What I would do here as a team member, I'd possibly put in a strategy where you go, put that damper on 10, you just bang it out, and then try change over as many times as you can, just to tick those calories over just a bit faster in this final 20 seconds.
20 seconds, athletes, 20 seconds.
Massive final push here from lane 4.
Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a wrap here for beginner heat number 4 and your beginner division for number 1. Next up, your masters. But don't go anywhere. We need our intermediate captains and our master captains to please make their way to the arena. Please, that's our captains for the intermediates and masters.
Alright, athletes, you may exit the arena by the Bison Gazebo. Masters and intermediate captains, you may come into the arena. Masters and
Love to hear it. We have a couple of our cameramen and producers. They're absolutely loving what they're putting together for you guys at the moment. And next up, we got getting so excited, we're even putting up the leaderboards. But next up, we have our Masters heat number 1. In lane number 1, the kettlebell swingers. Lane number 2, CrossFit Now, Cry Later.
A reminder, intermediate and masters captains. Intermediate and masters captains. Everyone in front of the year, please. Intermediate and masters captains, everyone in front of us over here. DJ, volume a bit down, Tabo. Volume down. next heat, make your way to the floor. All right, athletes, let's make your way to the floor. Spectators, let's welcome them to the floor. Come on.
All right, next up, we got those masters.
Tabo.
Masters Heat number 1. Welcome to Squad Games 2023. Hope you guys are excited.
All right, marshals, to your positions. Open the gates.
Right, all athletes, please make sure you're at your mats. All athletes to your mats.
Set your bikes quickly, athletes. Athletes, if you can look at me in front of you, athletes. If you look to your right hand side with the marshals waving at you, that is the direction that you run. All right. All right, athletes to your start shoots, athletes to your start shoots. 30 seconds to go.
All right, all athletes to the mat, please. All athletes to your mats. Judges, stand by. All judges, show me your scorecards, please. Judges, put up those scorecards when you're ready. Judges, stand by. Athletes, stand by. In 5, 4. And off we go. Our Masters Heat number 1. Yeah, at Squad Games 2023. Proudly brought to you by Biogen for the results you want. Masters Heat number 2, you should be in the warm-up area. Masters Heat number 2 in the warm-up area. And then finally, our Intermediate Heat number 1. You guys should be getting yourselves ready. That's Intermediate Heat 1.
Lane 5 representing CrossFit PBM.
We are back here, and a little bit of a change up. So if you watched the beginners earlier on, they had to do 25 kettlebells. This time, the masters and intermediates, they have to do pull-ups. So exciting one here, a little bit different, 25 pull-ups. It changes the dynamic of this workout a lot. And already we got some athletes finishing up those 25 pull-ups and already onto those shoulder over to heads. So great work here in lane number 5, and that is PMB. Expect nothing less from PBM. Out there in lane 1, we have Pro Wolfpack United, and they're from Proform Pack Life. Beautiful technique here seen by the PBM athletes as they move into their run, 200-meter run. They have to go around their match. You see they're getting called back now. They cannot cross over into the other athlete's lane. They have to exit their lane, exit the, behind the Biogen mats, and then they can go onto their run. And you can see what I spoke about earlier on. You want to use that 200-meter rather as a recovery and not a sprint. A lot of the beginner athletes were going out sprinting, and it cost them big time on that scoring opportunity part A, which is on the bike. On the bike, obviously, they want to try and get as many calories as they can within that 15 minutes. But scoring opportunity B is finishing the 3 rounds of this workout.
Masters heat number 2. Start making your way to the start sheet. Masters heat number 2. Make your way over to the start sheet.
On their way out on their run.
And then just to give you a little name call outs here, in lane 1 we have Pro Wolfpack United, lane 2 Tears for Beers, lane 3 2 Jerks and a Cleaner, lane 4 PBM, lane 5 Platinum Monkeys, lane 6
Lane 5 with a
Ed and Eddie.
We're starting their second round. Spectators, if I can ask you to make
I do
sure
believe
you
that
follow the
Platinum
play
Monkeys
for the
actually did
athlete.
not show up. And on your screens right now, great scenes here. Love the camera work. We got some seriously talented individuals in this team here at ItsHappening.Africa, and we're seeing it on display right now with some beautiful footage here of the pull-ups here. Remember, intermediates and masters, they'll have pull-ups. Later on, you'll see the RX division, and they'll have to do chest to bar. So a little bit of a different movement. And it does change that dynamic a lot more. With the pull-ups, obviously a little bit more lats, unless you choose to do the butterfly, as you see some of these athletes doing. But if you're kipping, you're going to be using a lot of biceps, a lot more lats. Whereas with the butterflies, and especially chest to bar, you're going to start activating those rhomboids, those rear delts, and that's going to start taxing your shoulder to overhead as well. So very clever programming, small things that the programmers are thinking about, and that's Ruan, Shaul, Warren and Jason from Squad Games. So awesome stuff to see here from the directors. See here on your screen, a bit more of a kipping technique. So using a bit more biceps, using a bit more of the lats, not too much in the rhomboids and the rear delts.
Come on, spectators.
And then shoulder to overhead there. They want to get a nice push press there. As the bar lands onto those shoulders, you want to already be exploding through the legs and get that momentum, using that momentum to get that bar up. Great work here at the moment from our leaders in lane 5. That is...
Do not ghost that bar, lane 5. Do not ghost that bar.
So obviously the lanes are mixed up now because one team didn't show up. So I'm not 100% sure if that is the leaders, but I think it is PBM.
Masters heat 2. Masters heat 2. You should all be at the start sheet. Masters heat number 2. You guys should all be at the start sheet, please. We are going to do athlete briefing for you. So Masters heat 2. You should all be at the start sheet. Please exit the warm-up area. Make your way to the start sheet.
Lane 2 back from their run. Cheers for beers. Football 1, 2 and 3. Love it. Yes, please.
You can see these athletes here. Now here's some interesting things that you can do on the bike. So if you actually sit up, you'll tax your quads a little bit less and you'll work more of your hamstrings. When you start sitting forward on the bike, using a little bit more of the hip flexors as well as the quads. So you can play around with those two seating positions to help yourself through this workout. And if these athletes know that technique, it will help a lot in terms of that final 2 minutes. We've seen in the last few heats with the beginners, those final 2 minutes seem to be the separators when it comes down to those calories.
Well done.
And here we're going to have a little 200-meter run here. And our cameraman running out here, getting his work in.
Make sure
And
from the left-hand side.
yeah, you can see they're running through the athlete village as well as all the vendors on the left-hand side, athlete village on the right-hand side. And beautiful scenes here as we watch these athletes here on the 200-meter run. You can see these athletes taking it a bit slower on the run. They don't want to rush it. They don't want to sprint it. They're using this as their recovery as they go into round number 3. Round number 3 again, 25 pull-ups, 25 shoulder to overhead, and then their final 200 meters. And it's going to be a tough one on the bike. if they sprint this one. So these athletes taking it nice and easy currently on your screens here. Just ignore those donuts. We don't want any donuts, do we? We're all on diet, watching our calories.
Judges, please be aware of that tie break. Judges, as they complete their round 2.
And there you go. Beautiful run there, and a huge props to our to our cameraman. He looked up here at the production team now and had a big smile on his face. Rough one for him. Most he's run all week.
Masters Heat 2, you should be all at the start shoot. This is your final call. Masters Heat 2, all at the start shoot. Intermediate Heat 1, you should be in the warm-up area. Intermediate Heat 1 in the warm-up area.
You can see a lot of these athletes that were leading are now slowing down on the bike. As you can see on your screen there, the lady in lane 5 here, she's really starting to struggle a bit. As I say that, she gets back on standing. I'd love to see what that damper is on at the moment. Can't really see. I'm trying to see here on your screen now.
That takes Pierre Gurrit in lane 2, holding it up for his partner.
And we're going to get that visual for you now. We're going to see what these dampers are on. And it looks like he's going with about a 7 or an 8. I can't really see on the screen here at the moment. But that's a nice one. He's working more aerobically than anaerobically right now. So great shot there by our cameraman. And that's what you want to see. I would rather play a little bit with the more aerobically than anaerobically. So I'd probably sit it at about 5, 6. And just sit there, cycle with a nice cadence, make sure that my wattage is decent. I do prefer also looking at wattage, so the calories isn't a true indicator of how much effort you're actually putting in. So I do urge people to use the wattage rather than the calories, and I would usually sit around 200, 230 on the wattage, and then when I start working a little bit harder in those final 2 minutes, I'd ramp it up the damper to 10 and start getting into those 400s for the wattage. So look for those athletes to do that possibly. You can see they are pacing themselves. Also your bike settings, very important. You don't want that seat too low, especially if you're a taller athlete, because the work and the load on those hamstrings and the knees as well as the quads does take an effect on you. And some beautiful shots here. Once again, athletes here in lane number 1. They are on their shoulder to overhead. That is Pro Wolfpack United. Still a couple of athletes in lane 4 and lane 7 on their pull-ups. And yeah, we see athletes now working hard.
Well done, lane 2, as they make it over to their shoulder to overhead.
Masters Heat number 2. Masters Heat number 2. You guys will be up next. Make sure you are at the start sheet. Masters
Firebolt
Heat 2.
jab, firebolt jab, make your way to the start shoot, firebolt jab.
Remember athletes, if you're not at the start shoot and you're not in the arena, you will forfeit your points. We cannot wait for you. So if you're not here, you will forfeit your points. We have to continue on with the show.
Well done, cross the PBM, your time starts on that fast.
And CrossFit PBM now, your current leaders at the moment, they took a little bit long there, so athletes have to get that split timer by standing on the mat.
Intermediate Heat number 1, you guys should all be in the warm-up area. Intermediate Heat 1 in the warm-up area. Intermediate Heat number 2, you guys can start getting yourselves ready, get your stuff together. You guys can slowly start making your way over to that warm-up area.
And there we see a couple of the supporters cheering their teams on. Of course, we've got Steel Monkey, Biogen, and Rebel all sponsoring this event, as well as 100%. They're bringing you all the sound here, the cool sounds we're hearing.
Currently an equal calorie count across 2 lanes.
Wazzy, give us a little feedback there. Who's leading at the moment?
Lane 5 with a very, very short lead. Can lane 2 catch on to them?
So it looks like lane 5.
Still fighting it out to complete their 3rd round.
Lane 5, current big leaders here. Looks like they finished their round 3, and the rest of the field are only now heading out onto that 3rd round. So as you see on your screen now, PBM working hard. You can see standing on that bike. It looks like they're starting to work a little bit more anaerobically. They're standing on the bike. That dampers probably sitting at about an 8, 9 or 10. So they're going to work anaerobically now. Little shorter stint on the bike and making that changeover real quick. You'll see now. And boom, just like that. She drops the seat and onto the bike she gets. So they're probably going to look at about a 30-second, maybe a 45-second changeover here between each of these athletes for the remaining time.
Just under, just under 2 minutes.
That's at lane 4 and they make their way out on the near lap.
And there you go. So it's about a 30-second stint on the bike for PBM at the moment. And that's a great strategy, I do believe. But that might also come down to about 20 seconds, 10 seconds as we start approaching that final minute. There you go. And as I say, it's not on your screen right now, but they did a quick little change over there now. So those shifts on the bike are shortening as we come to the final minutes in this workout.
Athletes, you have 1 minute to wrap up those calories. Let's get going, start putting in the work. It's time to touch that anaerobic system. Let's go.
Lane 5 with a solid lead, while lane 4 and lane 7 battle it out.
You can see all these athletes now starting to tap into the anaerobic system. It's been aerobic up until this point, and with the final 30 seconds fast approaching, they are going to tap into that anaerobic system. All that lactic acid sitting in those quads. Let's go. Let's give these guys some cheers. And final 20 seconds for these athletes, yeah?
20 seconds. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a wrap.
Athletes, you may exit the arena. Next heat, you may make your way onto the arena. Well, come on, Masters Heat 2, let's get on.
And what a great little race there. Great work there from PBM. They did really well. You can see there, suffering. He's in the pain cave. He worked really, really hard. Got up nice and high on the bike, worked those quads, and they definitely walked away with a heat win there. That is PBM.
Intermediate heat 1, start wrapping up the warm-ups. Intermediate heat 1. Start wrapping up your warm-ups, and then you guys can start making your way over to the start chute. Heat number 2, you guys should be walking to the warm-up area. That is heat number 2. You guys make your way over to the Biogen warm-up area.
Athletes to starting blocks, athletes to your start blocks.
And lane 1, MHC Bosses. Lane 2, Silver Bullet. Lane 3, 152 Rag. Lane 4, the Proformers. Lane 5, the Salsas. Lane 6, 5 Bolt Jab. Lane 7, MHC Masters in beast mode.
Alright, open the marshals, open the chutes. Marshals, open the chutes. Judges on standby. Judges on standby. Judges on standby.
Judges stand by.
Raise your boards.
Alright, Mikey. Athletes stand by. 5, 4. And off we go. Masters heat number 2 underway.